world of percussion. Percussionists and drummers that I admire, starting out with drums. John Bonham plays beats like. This is the world I started out in as a young child, beating on things in the house and whatever I can get my hands on. When I look back, starting out playing tambourine, my mother would call her friends into the front room and says, "Wayne, show them what you know." I bring out my tambourine and I do a tambourine solo, believe it or not. And then my first drum set might have been some pots and pans and a bicycle tire and my parents' couch. So it's taken me around the world many times by using discipline and educating myself in music. I paid for my own lessons. I would, every week, I would save my money so I can go get drum lessons. So this is my other world. This is the world I use to orchestrate a lot of my compositions. I start out with drums and I arrange them as I play in my mind, and I put them to tape, and I do all the arrangements as I go along. It took me many years to master all of these instruments. Each one of these instruments I probably have spent about 5 years to 10 years in study. So when I lay the tracks down in the studio, like you heard earlier, each one, I separate my artistic ability and go into each separate one as a different world or a different understanding. I respect each one of these instruments as its own, because they have their own characteristics in how they're played and how they're approached. And by me playing with some of the best musicians in the world, I respect the way that they approach their instrument and keep it in its character. It's sort of like a machine with working parts. Each part has a specific role and function in the way that it's orchestrated in a piece of music. And that's the way I approach my compositions in respect to all of these percussion instruments. Elvin Jones. Great admiration for Elvin Jones with his ability for independence. He was John Coltrane's drummer, and he and John Coltrane were a perfect match. And it seems like it's just like some sort of a relationship where you have with another musician, where you have this chemistry and you bounce off of the way that they play or their approach to music, and you just bond. Elvin Jones, John Coltrane. He introduced me to the world of polyrhythms. Now, as he described in his documentary, polyrhythms means many rhythms. And I'll give you a demonstration of kind of the way that he would play with Coltrane. He would play all these rhythms in between the beat. What the hell is that? He played these beats like that. You know, Mitch Mitchell would play more subtle things with Hendrix, but he played stuff like on Third Stone from the Sun. He played. Or better yet, manic compression.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this exclusive interview. I'm Anandi Narasimhan, and today I'm here with a multi-talented filmmaker, musician, composer, and inventor, Mr. Wayne Hoggatt, otherwise known as HOGGTOVEN. Welcome, Mr. HOGGTOVEN.
Thank you.
I was hoping that you could tell me a little bit about your musical background and your approach to your music.
One of the main approaches to my music is being able to arrange music in my head before I play it on drums. So I tell people I arrange music on drums, and they don't understand that, but I just put on a metronome, and then after playing with so many bands, with some of the best musicians in the world, I'm able to really kind of arrange the music in my head like I would play the beat for 4 bars, and then I play another 8 bars and change the beat, and then the 16 bars, and then I repeat the bars and all that sort of thing. Then I come back and lay the keyboard parts down on top of that, which made me unique because mastering drums and arrangement is not easy to do, and playing drums and then putting other instruments on top of that. So that was how I kind of got started in developing my style of music. And I was influenced with musicians like Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea, Miles Davis. I love their attitude towards the music. Their transitional approach, meaning that they started out in one genre of classical jazz, and then they went into fusion. And Hendrix did the same thing. And they started out being like normal musicians, and then they changed the course of music by experimentation.